Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my July new and used book haul, part 2. And this is going to be a book haul of epic proportions. I have about 8 ebooks to talk about, and probably close to 40 used books that I've bought over the last 2 weeks. I went a little bit crazy at the local used bookstores or local thrift shops, and I found some gems, you guys, some serious hidden gems, so I'm super excited about all of them. So let's jump in and get started. I don't know, especially the used books, I'm not going to get into what a lot of them are about, because there are so many of them, but it is what it is. Of course, as per usual, I'm not going to leave links to all these, but what I'll try and do, because it's going to be a really long list if I leave links, it's a little, I think the comments bar only holds so much, or the description box only holds so much, but I'll do my best to at least list them out for you guys, in case you're curious and want to go check them out for yourself. But unfortunately, a lot of them might not be available on ebook, or, you know, it might be something that you have to hunt out. So, on to the ebooks first, as usual. So the first one I got is Tougher in Texas by Kari, Lynn, Dell. This is a Texas Rodeo book number 3. I actually have another book in this series to read, was sent to me by NetGalley, and I'm very excited about it. So I thought I would pick up one of the other books in the series, just to have. I think I saw it on sale, so I decided to pick it up. It's a cowboy romance about a rodeo. Sounds like it's going to be great. The next one is Christmas in Twilight by Wilde. This is book number 5 in the Twilight Texas series. It's a Christmas romance. Wilde is a great author, and again, I just saw this one and I thought it would be good. Defending Hearts by Shannon Stacey. I love Shannon Stacey's work, and I saw this one available and I thought, yes, let's pick it up. It is a football romance. I believe he's a football coach, and I think she is, oh no, he's not a coach, he's a photographer, returns for a football fundraiser to document the football team, essentially. And she doesn't care about any of that, she's just trying to save her family's farm, and it sounds really cute, and it's Shannon Stacey, and it looks great. The next one I picked up is It's You by Jane Porter. I ran across this one on Amazon, and I did pay full price for it, but it looked really interesting. And it's about a doctor who comes home to her home, or comes back to her hometown of Napa to care for her ailing father. And, you know, it takes place in California wine country, and of course I think it's like a second chance romance. Sounded really cute. The cover's adorable. I thought, why not? Another Christmas book is Take Me Home for Christmas by Brenda, Novak. This is book number 5 in the Whiskey Creek series. I'm slowly collecting this series, and I do need to start reading it, because I do adore Brenda Novak's writing, and you guys know me, I love my Christmas books. The next one, this one I actually bought specifically for a challenge, so it's probably going to be read in either August or September, and that is Bring Holly Home by A.E. Radley. Now, on the one of the challenges that I'm doing, which is the quarterly challenge for the Triple RC, or the Romance Readers Reading Group on Goodreads, is they give you essentially 35 different types of romance novels, you know, military or biker or medical, or, you know, featuring characters. One of the categories is LGBTQ, and that is one segment of romance that I've never delved into. Not because I have a problem with it, but because it's just never something that's jumped up on my radar. But I saw this one a few months ago on Amazon, and I went and hunted it back out when I saw that as being one of the categories. And I decided that this was going to be the book that I was going to read. And it's a lesbian romance. And it's about, they say it's very much kind of like The Devil Wears Prada in a way. That it's about a woman who's a very well-to-do fashion, what is she? A magazine editor. And she has a trusted assistant. And all of a sudden the trusted assistant just quits her job. And she is not heard from for a long time. And then she, a year later, decides to try and track her down, and it turns out that she'd been in an accident and she's in Paris with amnesia. So she brings her back home, I guess, to New York, and the two of them develop a relationship, and it just sounded really interesting. I really like the cover of this book too, but I thought it would be a great kind of introduction into these types of stories. Like, again, something I've not really read. I've read stories that have LGBTQ characters as secondary characters, but never as main characters. So I'm super excited about reading this book, and I can't wait to get to it. Another one that was in the Whiskey Creek series is Discovering You, again by Brenda Novak. Book number 10 in the series. I really need to get into the series, you guys. I'm slowly picking up books as I go. I have too many series that I need to read. So yeah, so I picked this one up too. The next one is Run to You by Rachel Lacey. This is book number 1 in the Risking It All series. And there's a town matchmaker. His grandmother's the town matchmaker, and he hooks her, you know, the two of them up. It sounds adorable. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be a really fun contemporary romance. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And the last one is actually a YA novel, and it's Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. I know there's a lot of people who are very big fans of Sarah Dessen. I've read one of her books, Along for the Ride, and I really enjoyed it. And I saw this one pop up on Amazon, and I thought, why not? I really like the cover of it. I think it's about a girl who, lines her parents' attention. Oh yeah, when Peyton's increasingly reckless behavior accumulates in an accident, a drunk driving conviction, and a jail sentence. Oh, so the guy that she likes, that happens to him, I guess. And then now she's kind of, you know, it sounds really cute. I love the cover again. It's Sarah Dessen. I know a lot of people are big fans of hers, so I thought I'd give this one a try. So, those are all the ebooks that I bought, you guys. Let's jump into the physical books. This is going to be big. So I'm going to do these by stack. I've got 4 stacks here of 4 different trips to different thrift stores. So, yeah. These ones, the first 2 are from Value Village. I saved, even though these are a bit out of order, I bought these ones last weekend, and the ones I'm going to end with are the ones I bought like 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to end with the ones that I find are the most exciting or most interesting. So, first of all, we have a Harlequin Love and Laughter. This is Mistletoe Mischief by Alyssa Dean. This is now defunct series, or defunct imprint from Harlequin. I really, really love these. They're romantic comedies. Someone asked me, a couple people have asked me in the comments of previous videos to do a video about the Harlequin imprints that are no longer being published. It is on my radar. I promise I will get to it. I'm hoping in August I will get that video for you guys, because I'd really love to talk about some of these books that are no longer being published, like these imprints that are no longer being published, and which ones I love and I miss. So there's that one. We next have, sorry, I'm just tossing them on the floor. I buy them to collect them, and I'm just going to toss them on the floor. The next one is Familiar Christmas by Carolyn Burns. This is part of the Fear Familiar mystery series. It's a Harlequin intrigue, the old covers. I just love these. So yeah, this one looked really cute. This one, the cover got to me because it's completely different than any other Harlequin romance cover. So this is part of the Harlequin romance imprint. But this is Midnight Suns, or part of the Midnight Sun series, and it's Falling for Him by Debbie Macomber. So this is one of her older books. This was published in 1996. So yeah, isn't that awesome? I guess like highlighting that it's a Debbie Macomber. So yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm glad I found that one. Next up we have A Love Inspired. You guys know I love these. Safe in the Fireman's Arms by Tina Radcliffe. Look at the kitty. I mean, look at the firefighter. But look at the kitty. Looks so adorable. Speaking of kitties, my cats are arguing with each other right now. Another Harlequin intrigue. This is Armed and Devastating by Julie Miller. This is part of the Precinct Brotherhood of the Badge series, so that one looks good. This one is from 2008. A Harlequin Duets, talking about series that are, or imprints that are no longer being published. These were my favorite. The Harlequin Duet series are what I cut my teeth on with Harlequin. The first Harlequin book I ever read, like purchased and read. Sorry, Bernard's now going to scratch up the furniture. Every time I do a video, a cat needs to scratch up the furniture. I love these so much. This is number 9 in the series. And it was published in, I don't have a date here. Oh, there's Bernard. If you watched all my videos this week, you've now gotten to see both cats. Aren't you lucky? This was published in 1999. Oh, he's just checking out the window and making sure the neighbors are doing, you know, nothing nefarious. So yeah, so there's that one. So these are actually 2-in-1 novels. I should give you guys the title. The Rancher Gets Hitched by Kathy Lintz and An Affair of Convenience by Marissa Hall. So it's a 2-in-1, 2 books in one, and these are also romantic comedies, and I love them. Talking about stuff to love, Harlequin Blaze, Behind Closed Doors by Debbie Rollins. This is part of the Made in Montana series. Like that cover. An older Harlequin romance. This is Heartland by Bethany Campbell. Sorry, I just had to make sure he's not scratching up the screen. This is from '87. So yeah, look at that old school cover, guys. That's awesome. Another old school cover, we have The Buttercup Dream. This is by Monica Martin. An old Harlequin romance. Again, this one's from '88, so that's pretty awesome. And then last but not least for this little part of it, we have His Christmas Assignment by Lisa Childs. This is part of the Bachelor Bodyguards series. This is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel, and it was published in 2015. So yeah, so there's that one. Next books. So my next stack from Value Village, we have the first book, Count on a Cowboy by Patricia Thayer, part of the Rocky Mountain Twins series. This is a Harlequin American romance. Harlequin American romance. And this is from 2016. That looks like good. Looks like a good one. Another Harlequin American romance, but a much older one. This is Lover's Leap by Pamela Browning. This is from 1996, so 10 years earlier. Part of the Heartbeat series, it says. Another Harlequin American romance. So you can see how the series change, like in cover design over the years. So, you know, like this to this. I do prefer this one, I really do. And then these ones, I guess maybe because when I was reading the American romance, like when I first started, these are what the covers look like. So they hold a special place in my heart. And this is Dancing with Dalton by Laura Marie Altum. And this is part of the Fatherhood series. Doesn't that look adorable? Oh, I just love it. This one is from 2007. And then we've got a Harlequin Special Edition, Proposal for the Officer by Christy Jeffries. I talked about this one recently on one of my Harlequin anticipated reads videos, because this one just came out in March of 2018. So this one's still fairly new, but you can tell it was well read and loved because the spine is completely cracked on it, and that's awesome. So somebody really enjoyed this one. Another special edition. This is The Bravo Bachelor by Christine Rimmer, part of the Bravo Family Ties series. Another adorable cover. Really like that one. A Harlequin Super Romance. Maybe This Time by Joan Kilby. Doesn't say it's part of any kind of series. This is from 2013. Really like that one. And just a Harlequin romance. The Navy SEAL's Bride by Sorina Lane. This is Heroes Come Home series. Look at her dress. Is that not stunning? Oh, just beautiful. Another super romance. This one is, yes, it is a large print. You can always tell because they're that much thicker. And we've got To Count a Cowgirl by Janine Watt. This is the Brodies of Lightning Creek series. I have a few others in this series as well. Looks really adorable. Another super romance, The Scandal and Carter O'Neill by Molly O'Keefe. This is the Notorious O'Neills. The Notorious O'Neills series. Really beautiful cover on that one. From 2010. Looks good. And last but not least, a Harlequin Western romance, which is now what the American romance turned into before it ended a few months ago, and I'm so sad about that. A Baby on His Doorstep by Roz Denny Fox. Looks really cute. From 2017, so just from last year. This next stack is from the used bookstore that I like going to that has, I've mentioned them before, they're the ones with the the X's on the thing. So you get when it's 2 X's, you get 4 for $1.50. So yeah, I bought a few, and then I found a couple of other ones that looked like a lot of fun. So this is a Silhouette Romantic Suspense, and this is The Passion of Sam Boussard by Maggie Price, Dates with Destiny series. Pretty handsome looking dude. I got a Harlequin romance, Judy Christenberry's The Cowboy's Christmas Proposal. This is the Mistletoe and Marriage series. Gotta love a Christmas book, guys. I love them. You know that. A Harlequin intrigue, The Bridge by Carol Erickson. This is part of the Brody Law series, published in 2014. This one I'm sure I owned at some point and read, and it's called Wilde in the Moonlight by Jennifer Green. This is the Scent of Lavender series. This cover, it just looks familiar to me. I'm sure I must have owned it at some point. So yeah, so that's exciting. We have a Harlequin Desire novel. This is Suddenly Expecting by Paula Rowe from 2014. It doesn't look like it's part of any series, but looked good. An older Harlequin romance. This is A Matter of Principle by Leah Michaels. Really cute cover. This is from 1990. So yeah, pretty cool. A silhouette romance. I very rarely come across these ones. This is The Millionaire's Waitress Wife by Carolyn Zane. This is from 2000. So Harlequin and Silhouette used to be two separate. I don't remember who Silhouette was originally published under, who their parent company was. But then they were bought by Harlequin, and not long after that happened, the Silhouette romance books merged with the Harlequin romance, so it's now just the Harlequin romance, and these are a defunct series. So this is part of the Brew Baker Brides series. Say that 3 times fast. Looks really cute. And another love-inspired His Montana Sweetheart by Ruth Logan Hearn, part of the Big Sky Centennial series. That one looks really good. From 2014. And then I found these two. And I usually stick to those bins that have, like, if they've got 1X on them, they are 4 for 5. No. They're $1 each, or 5 for $4. Or the 2X ones are 4 for $1.50, or 50 cents each. Or something like that. Yeah, or 50 cents each. So I don't generally go into the more full price, and I shouldn't even say that because it's a half-price bookstore. It's not half-price books, it's actually called GNU Books, and it's in Oshawa, which is a couple towns over from me. And, you know, they have the more recent, like, when they get past a certain date, they move them to these bins to get rid of them, essentially. And, which are the bins that I go to. But, you know, I mean, even to pay half price, some of these, like, retail, like, this one retails for $6.75, so I'd pay at least $3 something for this, where I actually got it for 50 cents. So I'm more than willing to wait a few months, or years, I should say, to get them cheaper. But then I looked up on the top of the shelf where all the more newer ones are, and I found these, and I got super excited. So whether I probably actually read these, but these are more for, like, display on my shelf. And this one, I've never seen these books before. And this is His Holiday Family by Margaret Daly. It says it's a true large print, and this is a love-inspired, so check this out, guys. Like, yeah, this is a true large print. I don't know where they sold. I don't know anything about them. It's from December of 2000. It's a legit, it's a book. Like, it's not a special edition or anything like that. It's a legit book from the series, but the fact that it's like this gorgeous floppy paperback, this made me so happy. So this is going to obviously be a display book, like come the holidays. Look at how beautiful that cover is, you guys. Could that not be a painting? I would absolutely have that as a painting in my home. I really would. Take out all the words and stuff like that. But yeah, a fire station with the Christmas tree. It's beautiful. Like, absolutely beautiful. They're gorgeous. And then this one. They actually had 2 copies of this, so I picked up one of them. I looked for the one that was in slightly better condition. This is an anthology. It's called Castonbury Park, and it's a Regency Upstairs Downstairs book. And it's called Scandalous Whispers, and it's by Carol Mortimer and Helen Dixon, excuse me. I think that these two may have been published, like these 2 separate individual stories may have been published like as a Harlequin historical, but then they bound them together in this one volume. Again, I've never seen this before, and I don't even know where you would buy this, but this made me super excited. So the whole premise is, it's a grand estate in the lush English countryside, where neither lords nor ladies or their maids can be bothered with propriety. So the first story, The Wicked Lord Montague, I believe that was the one written by Carol Mortimer. It's, of course, about a lord. And then the other story, called The Housemaid's Scandalous Secret, is by Helen Dixon, and it's about the maid. So how fun. You got one story about, you know, the lord of the house, and then about, you know, the help, essentially. Gorgeous cover. Again, I don't know if I'm actually going to read this one. This one might just be a display book, but I just thought it was so pretty. This retailed for $17.95. I'll tell you guys, I paid $6 for it, but I don't care, because it's absolutely awesome, and I've never seen this before, so that made me super duper happy. And the last stack of books here that I have, these ones I was so super pleased to find. You guys know, I always kind of hunt for the vintage books. That's what I really try and look for. And I found the Motherlode when I was at Valley Village a couple weeks ago. Somebody must have dropped off boxes of these, because this is all that they really had on the shelf. So I was picking and choosing. I didn't want to buy too many, but I might go back to see if there's still any more, excuse me. And I tried to look for the older ones. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. I tried to look for the older ones. So there are a lot of vintage books here, you guys. This is so exciting. So first up, we have McCabe's Kingdom by Margaret Way. Harlequin Romance. Vintage. Original retail price was 75 cents. Look at the cover. This one, Margaret Way, I think all of her books take place in Australia. So that's very exciting. Yeah, in the Outback. This one says right on the back it was in the Outback. And does it give a date? I was looking at the dates of these. They don't give them on the spine like they do now. 1974. I wasn't even born yet. I don't think my parents met yet. So yeah, so that one's fun. Another older one, Roses for Christmas by Betty Niels. She is a very, very prolific and well-known author for Harlequin. So this one looks really, really good. And I think this is like an older man and a younger woman kind of story. I believe this is from the same 74, 75. But what's neat is there's a stamp on the inside. This is from Texas. Whoever owned this lived in Texas. And somehow it made its way up to Toronto. Like, I just think that's so neat. You know, I have to wonder with used books, like, who held this? Who had that on their shelf? You know, who had it in a box for a long time? It's just so interesting to me. 1976, the year my parents got married. So, one that's not quite as old, but I thought this one looked adorable. The Flutterby Princess by Pamela Browning, a Harlequin American romance. This is from 1987, so a little bit newer in the grand scheme of things. Another Harlequin American romance. I found another one. If you guys watched my last book haul, I think it was, I talked about this series that American Romance did, A Century of American Romance, from the 1890s to the 1990s. I found the 1900s. It's called Saturday's Child. So that one looks really cute. This one, 1905. And it takes place on the Wyoming plains. So that one sounds really good. I think it's going to be great. A very old Harlequin Temptation novel with Flying Colors by Lorena McCourtney. Look at the cover. Isn't that awesome? 1987. A lot of these were from the same time period, so I have to wonder if it was somebody's collection. And somebody may have moved or something like that, and they just got boxed and put away in a box and then just dropped off at the Value Village. So, you know, look, I mean, it's just awesome. I love it. I love it. Next up, we have The Wild Swan, another one by Margaret Way, another one that I think takes place in Australia. I believe this would have been the late 70s. 1978. August of 78. I still wasn't born yet. Absolutely awesome. Another more newer Harlequin American romance. Strings by Muriel Jensen. That one looks really adorable. 1988. That one came out. A Harlequin super romance. This is well, in the grand scheme of things, it's a more recent, or an older one for that series. This is Connections by Vicki Lewis Thompson. This says it is a introductory copy, so I don't know whether this was a giveaway copy of some kind. I think it was because there's no ISBN number on the back. So I don't know. This one looks really, really good. But 1989, or yeah, first printing 1989. But I really like Vicki Lewis Thompson as an author, so to pick up one of her earlier works is very exciting. Another one by Vicki Lewis Thompson, one of the Temptation books. This is Forever Mine Valentine. How adorable is that cover? Oh, I love it. 1990 again. Very exciting. Another old Harlequin Temptation. So, to show you guys, this is number 288 in the series. This is number 65 in the series. This one came out in 1985. And it is Secret of the Stone by Barbara Delinsky. Look at the outfit. I kind of love her sweater. That off-the-shoulder, super cute. Everything comes back again, doesn't it, guys? I love it. A more recent Harlequin American romance, An Unexpected Man by Jacqueline Diamond. Again, a very prolific author for Harlequin. Really like this one. 87. This cover, when I pulled it out, like flipping through everything, this one so reminds me of like a James Bond movie. It says Straight from the Heart by Barbara Delinsky. Is that not like a James Bond-esque cover? Like he's rescuing the female? Oh, just looks awesome. From 86, and this is number 98 in that series, so that's exciting. And the last two, I think, are some of the oldest ones that I found. Oh, I love these. Hepburn's Quay by Lucy Gillian. Isn't that a gorgeous cover? Look at the artwork, guys. Like, these are beautiful. This one retailed originally for $1.25, so it might be a slightly newer one. Oh my gosh, look at what the inside says. This belongs to the personal library of, and then you could put your name. Oh my gosh. And if you guys didn't notice, they all have this old red. I love it. I absolutely love it. This one was published in 1980, March of 1980. I was a year old when this came out. And I think the oldest one I found look at it. Original cover price of 60 cents. This is book number 1777. I think they're up to almost 5,000 in the Harlequin romance series, if you were to, you know. This one is called Enchanting Samantha by Betty Niels. I'm getting very Leia from Star Wars vibes looking at this girl here. Maybe they're on Tatooine. That's all the Star Wars words I know, guys. You guys know I'm not a Star Wars person. This one was published in, let's just see, May of '74. I love finding the vintage ones. I really, really do. And I'm so excited to be able to pick one of these up. I cannot wait. It's going to be so, so fun. So yeah. So that was my massive book haul, guys. Thank you so much if you stuck through the entire thing. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you found any great books lately, or if any of these sound good to you. I've got a pile of books now at my feet I have to go put away. We cleaned out some of our shelves. We got rid of our DVDs because we weren't watching them anymore. Thank you, Netflix. And so now I've got extra shelves opened up that I can kind of move my Harlequin collection around a little bit. Eventually in the next few months, we're actually going to be rearranging the living room. So I will not be sitting here anymore. I'm actually going to be sitting across the room, but I'm going to have my Harlequin shelves behind me, potentially, if it works out the way I want it to. But anyway, yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next one. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.